Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you all the best features of the Moto E22s. By the way, I've already posted a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I've talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video as well, link will be in the description. With that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone would be its display. This phone comes with a 6.5-inch HD Plus display with 90Hz screen refresh rate and a peak brightness of 500 nits. It also has Wideband L1 and comes with Panda Glass for additional protection. Now this is one of the few phones in this price segment that has 90Hz screen refresh rate and also a punch hole design, which actually makes it look much better than a notch. Next best thing about this phone would be its stock Android experience. This phone comes with Android 12 right out of the box with MyUX for UI. It's pure stock Android with no bloatware and has a few additional features from Moto. Next, this phone also packs in some great performance. It sports a MediaTek Helio G37 processor with PowerVR GE8320 GPU with 4GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 64GB of storage. These are the benchmark scores. Purely in terms of performance, it can't be compared with other phones in this price segment, but for a normal user, performance is definitely more than sufficient. And even for gaming, it's pretty good. You can check out the gaming review for more information. Next best thing about this phone would be its bigger battery size. Yes, this phone comes with a 5000 mAh battery and also a 10 watts power adapter inside the box. For a normal user, it can easily last you for 2 days. And even if you're a heavy user, it can last you an entire day without any issues. Next, this phone also comes with some pretty good cameras. On the rear, it's got a dual camera setup with a 16MP primary camera, and for selfies, we get an 8MP camera. These are some sample shots. Next best thing about this phone would be its overall design and build. On the back, this phone has a 2.5D curved glass with the camera setup at the top and branding at the bottom. On the sides, it's got the metal framing, and on the front, we got the Panda Glass protection. Overall design of the phone is definitely much better than the previous Moto phones in this price segment, and the weight distribution is also pretty good. In terms of form factor, it fits pretty comfortably in the hand, and it also has the IP52 water repellent design, which you really can't find in other phones in this price segment. So that's definitely a good thing. Next, we also got the night vision mode on this phone. This is like a night mode for the rear cameras where you can take better pictures in low lighting conditions. These are some sample shots. Next, we also got a side mounted fingerprint scanner on the phone, which is kinda rare to see on a phone in this price segment. As for performance, here's a quick preview. Fingerprint scanner works without any issues and the performance is also pretty good. Next, we also got the face unlock feature, and that too works really well. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, face unlock works without any issues and unlocks the phone in a second. In complete darkness, it struggles a bit. Next, let's look at all the camera related features. First, we have the portrait mode. Just like any other portrait modes on other phones, we can take a portrait shot using this feature, and we can also change the blur intensity before we take a picture. Next, we have selective focus. Once we are in the portrait mode, we can change the focus point before taking a picture. And even after taking a picture, you can also change the focus point. Not only that, we can also change the amount of background blur effect you want by using this aperture control. Next, we have dual capture. Now, just like the name suggests, using this feature, we can take pictures from both the front and rear cameras at the same time. Well, there are different ways we can do it. One is the side by side, and the other one is the overlap. And in the overlap position, we can switch between the front and rear cameras once again, and also switch between the primary camera and the wide angle camera. These are some sample shots. Now this is another layout for the dual video feature where the screen is split into two halves and we can switch cameras once again. Next we have gesture navigations. Now these are the navigation gestures that you can find on almost all the Android phones these days, and once you enable them, you can just swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold for recent apps, and then you can swipe from the left corner or the right corner to go back a step. To trigger Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom left corner or bottom right corner diagonally, and it will trigger Google Assistant. Finally, you can also swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between the recent applications. Next, this phone also has the dark theme. You can enable it directly from the notification area or the display settings, and once you enable it, all the system UI elements change to the dark theme. That includes stock applications and even some Google applications. Even some of the third-party applications automatically switch to the dark theme once you turn on the dark theme. Here's a quick preview. Next, we have the display related features, starting off with peak display. This used to be a flagship feature for the Moto phones, but now it's also available on this phone. Now, once you enable this feature, when your device is locked, you get to see interactive notifications and some quick information. You can briefly check out the time and notifications, battery percentage, and whenever you get a notification, you can dismiss it and do a quick reply or completely remove it. You get to do different kinds of interactions with different notifications directly from the lock screen. So that's peak display for you. Next, we have fast touch. Now, once you enable this feature, you can just do a chopping gesture with your phone twice to turn on the flash. You can do it again to turn it off. Next, we have jump to camera. Now, once you enable this feature, you can just press the power button twice to quickly open the camera application. Once again, this feature works anywhere, anytime. Next, we have lift to unlock. Just like the name suggests, you can unlock your device by picking it up and just looking at the screen. Next, we have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Before that, let me just show you how to take a regular screenshot. So to take a screenshot, just press and hold the volume down and power button both at the same time, and you'll get a screenshot. Now, as for the 3-finger screenshot gesture, once you enable it, just press and hold 3 fingers on the screen to take a screenshot. After you take a screenshot, you get a preview with some additional options to edit, share the image, or even do an image search. Next, we have digital well-being. Now, this is part of Google's program, and it just records all your activities on your phone and gives you a complete analysis, like which are the apps that you use most on your phone and which apps are taking up most of your time. It gives you a complete analysis and some parental controls if you really need them. Next, we have bedtime mode. This is another feature from Google which will silence your phone and change the screen to black and white at bedtime. You can schedule this feature to automatically turn on based on time or when the phone is charging. Next, we have captions. Now, once you enable this feature, whenever you are watching a video on your phone, you can get live captions. Now, this has nothing to do with the video. Your phone will directly translate the audio from the video and convert it to text and give you a caption. Once again, this is a pretty cool feature. Next, we have power button end calls. Now, once you enable this feature, you can end the call with just the power button. Just click it when the display is on to end the call. Next, we have night light. This is just another name for the night mode or the reading mode. Once you turn on this feature, it'll just put a warm tint on the screen to reduce the blue light emitted by the display. You can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time. Next, we have prevent ringing. Now, this is a quick shortcut to enable vibration mode or the mute mode. Once you enable this feature, you just need to press the power button and volume up button together to trigger the vibrate mode or the mute mode. From the settings, you can select the default option. So guys, these are all the features on your Moto phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.